JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Kingston man charged after 2 illegal guns found at his home. A 29-year-old man is charged with illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following the seizure of 2 guns and several rounds of ammunition at his home on Warwick Road, Rockfort, in Kingston on Sunday, December 18. Charged is Omar Murray. Reports from the Elliston Road Police are that about 4:30 a.m., a joint police-military team conducted a targeted raid at the premises. During the search, a Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 9mm cartridges and a 6 Sawyer 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 2 9mm cartridges were seized. Man succumbs to injuries after St. Anne crash. One of 2 people rushed to hospital following a 2-vehicle crash along the Old Trace bypass in St. Anne on Sunday afternoon has died. He has been identified as 35-year-old businessman Michael Sterling of Middle Street Exchange in the parish. The police have reported that around 2 p.m., the vehicle in which Sterling was traveling collided head-on into a BMW motor car headed in the opposite direction. It is alleged that the BMW was overtaking a line of traffic when it crashed into the vehicle which Sterling was driving. The occupants of both vehicles were taken to hospital, where Sterling was pronounced dead. One of his former classmates, Sandrine Jackson, said she had been praying that he would have survived the crash. Up to now, me can't believe. A long time I know him, we have come from prep school, and him always a give joke and make people laugh on him something day. But just feel hurt right now, me nah lie, she said. She said she had always admired his work ethic. When you talk about ambitious, hard-working at him that, it's a youth where always a try to make himself better. Him did have one restaurant and more while him a deliver him food them same way. If you know him, you know so them man they always want something out of life. It just sad star. Me can only pray for his family right now, she added. One of his former customers, Jody K. Barrett, said Sterling frequently delivered meals to her workplace. I regularly do work and see him come deliver food. Cool guy. No look like him giving a trouble. When somebody show me the picture and said that him pass, I had to ask him if they were sure. Because I know him. It's really sad, she said. Sterling's death adds to the 43 fatalities from 33 crashes as at December 16, as reported by the Road Safety Unit, RSU. Police probing vehicular crash involving suspected unlicensed teenage driver. The St. Andrew Central Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding a vehicular crash on Constant Spring Road in St. Andrew early Sunday morning, which claimed the life of one person, with at least 6 others sustaining serious injuries. The name of the deceased could not be ascertained at this time, as the police continue their investigation into the incident. It is understood that a 17-year-old was driving a Mazda Primacy motor car around 6 a.m. when the vehicle reportedly got out of control and crashed in the vicinity of 33 Constant Spring Road. The teenager who was driving the car is not believed to be the holder of a driver's license. The police said that the teenager is in serious condition. 2 days ago, the Road Safety Unit in the Ministry of Transport and Mining reported that 457 people had lost their lives in 396 fatal crashes across the country. Man charged after pointing gun at another during altercation. 40-year-old Lionel Clark, a steel worker of Hague District in Trelawney, was charged with possession of prohibited weapon and assault of common law following an incident along Rodney Street in Falmouth, Trelawney, on Thursday, December 15. Reports are that about 7:30 a.m., Clark and another man had an argument during which Clark allegedly pulled a gun and pointed it at the man. A report was made to the police and Clark turned himself in. He was subsequently charged and is scheduled to appear in court on Thursday, January 12, 2023. St. Catherine man allegedly caught on video robbing over $800,000. A man has been charged with robbery with aggravation after he was allegedly caught on video robbing a man of over $800,000 at the intersection of Beckford Street and Orange Street in Kingston on Tuesday, October 4. Charges Philip Rowe, a 42-year-old clothes vendor of a St. Catherine address. Allegations are that about 12:55 p.m., Rowe and an accomplice held up a man and robbed him of $862,227 before making their escape. The incident was reportedly caught on video and investigations led to Rowe being arrested on Sunday, December 18. Rowe's court date is being finalized. Police probing suspected arson at retirement dump. The police are investigating a fire at the retirement disposal facility in St. James on Sunday, which is believed to have been started by arsonists. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, says the mysterious fire erupted at the facility at approximately 11 p.m. It says the Jamaica Fire Brigade was subsequently notified and 3 units were dispatched to the site. The NSWMA says it is suspected that the fire is the work of arsonists based on the hard-to-reach area of the site where it started and the pace of the initial spread. It says trucks and heavy-duty equipment have been mobilized to assist with tackling the blaze and returning the facility to normality in the shortest possible time. In the meantime, the NSWMA says to mitigate the effects of fire at its disposal sites island-wide, it has proactively amassed cover material. Government offering rewards or information on planned Christmas heist. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has announced a $50 million fund to offer rewards or information on organized crime, especially during the Christmas season. Depending on the quality of the information, you might get a little Christmas reward, he said in announcing the fund. We want to get people who are involved in contract killings, people who are planning to hijack stocks and goods in transit, and people who are planning to rob supermarkets during the Christmas season and other business establishments, he added. Holness said police intelligence suggests criminals are organizing to carry out certain crimes, such as robberies, during the Christmas season, with the expectation that businesses will have a lot of cash on hand. The girlfriend know, the mother sometimes know. Tell us, because I don't know how you sleep at night with your conscience, knowing that your son or your boyfriend or your friend involved in these things. Tell us how we can save lives, Holness urged. He was speaking today at the handing over ceremony for 2 homes in Civil Heights, St. Anne, as part of the process to renovate and transform Marcus Garvey's childhood home into a National Heritage Site. He was speaking today at the handing over ceremony for 2 homes in Civil Heights, St. Anne, as part of the process to renovate and transform Marcus Garvey's childhood home into a National Heritage Site. Record 690,000 traffic tickets. Law-breaking motorists have this year so far been issued approximately 690,000 traffic tickets for various offences, the highest number in the island's history, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Gary Mackenzie, disclosed on Friday. Still, just about 60% of tickets remain unpaid, he noted, pointing out that this number is expected to decrease as people scramble to clear arrears, with the new Road Traffic Act RTA expected to take effect by early 2023. Mackenzie also outlined that special enforcement plans are being put in place to nab unruly motorists and curb recklessness during the holiday period. The record number of tickets have been issued as the authorities grapple with more than 450 road deaths since the start of the year and demands on public transport operators for an amnesty on millions in unpaid traffic tickets, a proposal which has sparked widespread public outrage in light of the reckless driving practices of some operators who wreak havoc on the nation's streets. Those who owe have been given until January 31 to pay up in order to benefit from relief from fines and demerit points, a move which has been criticized as an amnesty but which the government has dismissed. In July, Justice Minister Delroy Chuck told Parliament during the debate on the road traffic legislation that of the 500,000 tickets issued annually since 2017, an average of 282,000 end up in court and less than 70,000 are actually paid. You have some indisciplined and lawless motorists who feel that these tickets can be ignored. They are collecting traffic tickets like confetti, he told the House of Representatives. Notwithstanding the impending February rollout of the RTA, which will see offenders being slapped with an extensive list of hefty fines, the mayhem and carnage have continued unabated. Up to Friday, the Road Safety Unit reported 457 deaths, some 396 collisions, with the main cause being excessive speeding. Road safety experts, such as Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council, Dr. Lucian Jones, have warned that if the numbers remain on the current trajectory, fatalities could surpass last year's 487, the highest ever recorded on the island's road network. The top 3 categories with the highest number of fatalities this year are motorcyclists 135, pedestrians 100, and private motorcar drivers 81. The overwhelming number of those killed are males, 84%. Despite widespread public opinion that those who owe should be penalized, the government last week offered relief in fines and demerit points to motorists with outstanding tickets if they pay up by January 31. The administration dismissed claims that it has bowed to the threats of some public transport operators and given in to an amnesty, as some players in the sector rejoiced that their demand had been granted, including their call for an extended period to pay outstanding fines. Minister Chuck insisted last week that there would be no amnesty for people with outstanding tickets. Every single traffic violator who has incurred a penalty will have to pay the penalty. The penalties will and must be paid, but if they are paid by January 31st, they'll incur no demerit points. If they fail to do so, all the consequences of the present Road Traffic Act and those that will come under the new Act, which will come into force on February 1, 2023, will come into play, Chuck said. He said come February 1, not only will warrants be enforced, but those motorists will not be able to renew their driver's license nor their vehicle registration. So it's totally inappropriate to call it an amnesty, he insisted. No better Christmas gift, says new homeowner. The perfect Christmas is how Violet Johnson described the moment she was handed the keys to a 3-bedroom house in Comfort Hall on Friday. The home was constructed under the new social housing program NSHP, a component of the Housing, Opportunity, Production and Employment Hope program. It couldn't be a better Christmas gift, said an enthused Johnson, who was among 5 people in Manchester gifted new homes 3 days ago. Adding that her previous abode was in a troubled condition, Johnson related that she had planned to spend the Christmas holidays at her sister's house in Kingston in a bid to escape the misery of her home. The 64-year-old said that in 2010, she and her family fled their former inner-city Kingston home and relocated to Manchester, following an upsurge in violence that led to her nephew's murder. Johnson, her now deceased daughter, and 4 grandchildren sought refuge in a dilapidated structure owned by a relative in a rural community in the central Jamaica parish. The 1-bedroom house bore testament to the discomfort of which Johnson lamented, with rotten board hanging loosely to the dwelling. Upon entry, the broken-down floor creaked, seemingly on the verge of collapse. Johnson said that she had resorted to putting blocks beneath the floorboards for support. I can't say goodbye to early morning wake up and make breakfast at the picnic outside. We have to wait till night for bed because we don't have no privacy. We have to use people's toilet, said Johnson, who revealed that her only regret was that her daughter was not around to enjoy the comfort of their new home. Her 38-year-old daughter, Tanisha Mackenzie, died from cancer in January. Johnson said her daughter had long harbored dreams of relocating to a comfortable place. But me now question God. Me have our children and raise them as our memory, said Johnson, of her daughters, 18-year-old and 15-year-old sons and a 9-year-old daughter. She had hopes to the house, but she never make it. The matriarch disclosed that she had grown weary of her living circumstances that plagued her for more than a decade, that she refused to carry out any repairs on her former home. The original house had just enough space for 2 small beds. We know how to set up ourselves on the bed and thing. We have little clothes basket here, so we don't have no furniture, cause I run from town, said Johnson. Rashawn Roach, Johnson's eldest grandchild, shared similar sentiments of relief. At the best Christmas me ever see. Me feel good. Cause bedding wise, it never nice. The kitchen never nice, Rashawn said, lamenting too that his mother did not survive to enjoy the benefit. Manchester North Western Member of Parliament Michael Phillips said Johnson was among the first constituents he recommended to benefit from the program, but the efforts were hobbled by land tenure woes. When I saw the condition of her house, it was not something that I as a representative felt proud of, said Phillips. Beside praising the government, the lawmaker also lauded residents of Manchester for chipping in and supporting construction of each housing project. I want to commend the whole program. You said it earlier, Prime Minister. We have to find a way for the government to work for its citizens, and for me, it matters not who is in government at the point in time, once it works for the people we represent. I want to commend the whole program. You said it earlier, Prime Minister. We have to find a way for the government to work for its citizens, and for me, it matters not who is in government at the point in time, once it works for the people we represent, the general populace of Jamaica, then it's something to be commended, Phillips said. Prime Minister Andrew Holness said the whole program was was designed to tackle the worst of the worst living conditions across Jamaica. According to Wholeness, uplifting even one family has far-reaching impacts within a community. The truth is, having a situation such as which Violet lived in brings down the welfare of the entire community. If one member of the community is living in a really dilapidated house and under very poor circumstances, it affects the entire community, Wholeness said. He continued, so bringing up that person who's at the lowest lifts the entire community. The entire community is happy that Violet has gotten this benefit, and that is the definition of hope. The other people seeing the situation can say, my condition can also be addressed, said the Prime Minister. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.